I've noticed, looking around online, specifically YouTube, is that not a lot of videos are out there talking about the more D&D aspect of Overlord. A couple other reviewers will probably bring up that the author designed Overlord basically using what skills he developed playing D&D or a similar tabletop game. I think it's D&D. And I think we all kind of get pulled in with the fact that Yggdrasil, the game, is supposed to be an MMO, and, you know, all this stuff that you can customize within this MMO, but that seems to be all that we, as an audience, seem to focus on. And if we even bring up the game aspect at all. So I went looking through some of the information on the wiki sites, and the various character profiles at the back of the books, and it seems that a rough estimate is that, you know, commoners are between levels 1 and 3 as just your average peasant, that your conscript soldier. That's something that I kind of want to bring up with this video, is the fact that there is a lot of D&D stuff incorporated into this, and it also kind of sheds a lot more light on kind of how the characters interact with one another and the power levels and how overwhelmingly OP, I guess, the main favored cast is compared to all of the other characters. It says here on the wiki site that the author has openly stated that Climb is supposed to be level 15. Now, and he's supposed to be a talentless fighter. Level 15, his known classes, as stated here, are Fighter and Guardian, and he has 7 martial arts abilities. I'm going to kind of equate these to feats, I guess, just as kind of a one-to-one comparison, because you also kind of have to factor in the fact that this is intended to be a real-life scenario with D&D aspects to it. Now, Climb, being level 15 warrior with only 7 abilities, yeah, that's a massive freaking handicap. He's literally missing out on over half a character's worth of feats or other special abilities compared to what an average D&D PC would have. Even NPCs of a comparable level would have way more abilities just in special abilities and, you know, magic skills, and Climb does compensate for that with magical items, but it is clearly, it is clear, very, very clear, just how underwhelming Climb's abilities are for a level 15 character, even if you do classify him as an NPC. Now, the man that he idolizes, that he tries to compare himself to, Gazef Stronov, is classified as the most, you know, powerful, strongest warrior, exceeding the adamantine class. Now, Climb is supposed to be of physical comparison to a gold-ranked adventurer. At level 15, severely handicapped, and just physical prowess, he's of a gold rank. And Gazef Stronov exceeds Adamantine class, Gazef is known classes has Fighter, Merc, and a Champion, and this guy has 15 abilities, martial arts, and he's still classified as this master warrior, even without his top tier equipment. His, like, we are going out to battle, we need you, top of your game. Here is the royal treasury of artifacts that we are granting to you to be our warrior. And this guy has as many abilities as Climb has levels. But even here, it states that, it's like quoting, though Gazef is extremely talented with sword, he has yet to overcome the barrier to reach the realm of heroes. I can only assume that means that he's not that... He can't have hit level 20. Like, anybody who plays D&D for a long-term campaign and has gotten past the teen levels, you'll know your power creep becomes exponential depending on how you build your character. And even by level 15, you could be putting out some severe hurting on some NPCs. Gazef, as a NPC himself, is supposed to be just below the cusp of hero title, like hero capabilities. This guy has physical abilities out the ass. He has 15 different martial arts skills to call on. Granted, it seems like he's only able to use a handful of them without, special items and recovery items, or special equipment, I should say, and the recovery items. He's still like this epic level character. Now, for a third comparison, I'm using Brain Unglaus, and he also has 3 known classes: Fighter, Swordmaster, and Sword Saint. But it is stipulated here that he is a genius fighter, and he happens to have, not including his equipment, boosting his abilities, he has 17 martial arts abilities. And comparing that to Gazef Stronov, 15, classified as above Adamantite, just below the hero ranking, and Brain is supposed to be on his level. This is the kind of warrior that consistently, like other notable warriors are going, holy shit, this is Brain Unglaus. I saw your fight. You went toe-to-toe with Gazef. That's fucking awesome. This guy's supposed to be a genius. This guy's probably 5 to 10 years younger than Gazef. He's got 17 martial arts compared to Gazef's 15. And he's still like from what we've seen in the anime so far, and what we read in the manga, in the light novel, if Gazef and Brain went toe to toe, arguably, I think Brain could probably win. Full tilt, like every trick in the book, I do think that Brain could win. Now, there is the fudging of the fact that this is intended to be a D&D-esque real world. I gotta have to say that I think that Gazef and Brain are also probably about level 15 to level 17. And if not that low, 18, 19, fine. But the reason why I think that Gazef is only supposed to be about level 15 is because it's like, yeah, he's got physical training. He's got 15 martial arts. Each martial art takes a long time to develop. And yeah, it's like we as the audience see Climb practicing martial arts skills, and he does a lot of physical training, which has enabled him to compensate for the lack of martial arts at level 15. And that also does kind of put the other side characters into more of a better perspective when you consider this world in a D&D sense in less of an MMO sense, or even a real world sense. You do really get to appreciate the fact that Ainz is a level 100 D&D character with the training and experience of a full experienced VR MMO. This guy is in the light novel, he openly describes his guild's track record for PvP matches and his own PvP matches, and the fact that like he's good, but he is very well aware that there are other players that are better than him. And the fact that he would consistently train with a champion with almost real world battle experience. It's like, as we've seen in the anime, and we read about in the light novels, and at least from some of the clips that I've seen from the peripheral stuff, the OVAs and audio dramas, and a bunch of the side stuff like that, you know, Momonga was a skilled fighter, and it shows that all of the fighting was still kind of done with the person's actual training, like the actual skill of, I am actively moving my body in this virtual reality to the extent of like Matrix style. I'll give you that much. You're not going full Gundam. Woo! Momonga, level 100 D&D PC character with over 700 spells memorized, along with like, it's like the longest I've been in a D&D campaign has been like level 13 to 15, and that was fast track. Oh yeah, let's get to the end of the adventure so we can move on to something else. I didn't really get a chance to appreciate like a full-on RPG D&D experience, and this guy's done, you know, up to level 100 however many times before discovering or you know, starting to construct his necromancer death mage build. So there's no telling how many times he's gone through and hit a level cap for however many classes for his character, just as his skeleton character alone. And the same goes for the NPCs. A bunch of the NPCs are level 100, or it's like, and then the like major NPCs are anywhere from like level 50 to level 90. Now we still, like, I want you to consider that in D&D terms, where most games don't even break level 15. How many campaigns do any of you play that hit level 20? Or even epic level of 30? I honestly thought about like trying to build a Momonga character, an Ainz character, necromancer build in D&D, and like the first, it's like I understand that a lot of it like there is no 1-for-1 in any way, shape, or form, which is pretty much why I stopped trying to build it. But I did spend like a good hour or so digging around for, you know, lich builds and you know, character models and spell lists and class this and prestige classes that. And, you know, the only way that I could conceive of building Momonga's character in a D&D campaign would be to allow, a DM would have to allow a skeleton right off the bat with intelligence and have the capability of casting magic without needing to be a lich and paying the cost of being and becoming a lich, which all of that is factored in to make it so that your character is not overpowered. Now, I know MMOs have a completely different RP structure, build structure, so it wasn't something that I had run across myself, video-wise or post-wise. I have difficulty going through forums, so I don't know if that gets talked about in any frequency there. But again, the videos that I've run across haven't really brought up any D&D comparisons all that often, if at all. There have been a couple that have like, oh, the author was inspired to write this because of D&D stuff. But that's kind of the extent of it, and I really did want to bring up that if you looked at the rest of the world in a D&D sense, I think that a better appreciation for all of the characters, like all of, like, you know, the side characters, the amount of work the effort that the characters have put in world to become as powerful as they have, and also to put into perspective a lot of the power thresholds, ability thresholds, and the scaling discrepancies between the different characters. If I've missed something somewhere, probably, go ahead and tell me. If you want to talk more Overlord, by all means, you know, I'm down for, you know, nerding out.